hours, so I think it just dropped you.
All right. Well,
All right.
we're live now.
Does how did it not make it look like a link? You copied it, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to do something else?
I'm gonna try going in and seeing what it does, because it's not showing it as a link.
Uh-oh.
That's because I need to sign in. So I can't view it until I sign in.
Okay. I've lost everybody anyways. Okay.
You are live there. Let me see which link you provided then. Let's see it. Does that have all the L's? Yeah, I guess it does. What a crazy link. And it says you. Okay. Oh, God. That's the one you just did. You search for it. Is this it? This is it. Okay.
Okay, so somebody says they see us on YouTube. Okay. All right. So Carrie sees us on YouTube. Are you able to hear us, Carrie?
I can hear you.
Okay.
And can you share your screen? You've got those options. Okay.
All right.
Fosterville people out there.
So we've got Carrie. I can see. Let's see. All right. So good. We've got one down. One's working good. All right.
So Debbie thought we were taking a break. I think we were taking a break.
Yeah, we got to take a break. I meant for just a neck break and we were going to push ourselves through the next half hour, but here we are.
Maybe that's an older one.
Yep. Well, here we go. Everybody did get a break. Hopefully we can get everybody back in now.
Okay, so let's see. I see.
Oh, always something with
That was weird.
technology.
That was a weird something.
Just kidding. Yes, we have no idea what must have happened with our internet connection here, so apologies. Why aren't you on that anymore? Oh. Okay, stop sharing. Okay.
I had to say it. I think it dropped you again.
It says I'm sharing.
But this is the YouTube feed. I can hear you.
Let's see if it's going to come back because I was sharing that screen and I was on a different one. It might change over now.
Oh,
There it
okay,
goes.
it stopped sharing. That's good.
Okay, and then it's going to come back and it should. All right, well. I think I'm going to go ahead and go back through this since we all are going to be trying to get out of here in 10 minutes. Yeah, right. So let's see. I know Carrie's here. I hope that others are able to join us soon. And again, this other half of our hangout is being recorded. So hopefully between the two recordings, we'll be able to get what you need for our class. Okay. So I'm going to slowly get started here. And please post to today's meet as soon as you are able to get back in, so I know I can start to show, model some of the big ideas for this module. But what you're going to see again is the directions for your 1.2. And in your 1.2, you're going to be working with content blocks in Haiku to build a wiki about yourself. And in order to do that, you're going to scroll down and you're going to click into this link for View Projects. And as you scroll down, you will go ahead and you will see the different wiki sites. Now, what you're going to want to do, and I need to go ahead and sign in so that we can go ahead and make a wiki. Okay, so let's see. Okay, yay, we've got our Placer people back. Okay, great. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go in here and you're going to want to find your name. And when you find your name, you're going to hover into this and you're going to start your wiki. Now what I'm going to do is try to go ahead and fake this very quickly and show you how to do this from my old wiki. So I'm going to go ahead and slip into my old class and be able to work on the MyWiki. All right. So coming back here, this is from when I did my Lux certification, so pardon me, but I'm going to be able to zip into my wiki project. All right. So what the wiki project is all about is to introduce yourself to the group. And if you haven't yet, you're going to go ahead and you're going to click the button Start Your Wiki. And when you scroll down, you're going to find your name. So I'm going to scroll down and here is my name and I'm going to view my wiki. Now when you are building your wiki, you are going to be building it in content blocks. And in the directions, each block has a specific tool that you are being asked to use. So in block number 1, you're just going to identify yourself. And in your wiki, you're just going to click into the top. And because this is content block number 1, you're going to make sure that you put the number 1 and your full name. And go ahead and click Save. Now, we want to make sure that we are following those directions. So again, we're going to go back and I'm going to split my screen. And this was something at our face-to-face yesterday, we decided, oops, that's not the one. We decided it was much better to have your directions printed because it is very difficult to see the directions and keep going back and forth. But I want to make sure that you understand what I mean by splitting my screen as well. So here we go. And what I've done is I've opened up 2 tabs of Haiku. And I am bringing down. And here you're going to see content block is my name. And now content block 2 will be an on text. Let's pull that out. And I've got this available to me. And now I can be in my Haiku. All right, now in the Haiku, what you're going to want to do is click on this button, Add a Content Block. And our first content block, according to these directions, according to our directions, is an on, you're going to see it's called on-page text. We click on-page text. Now what this gives to me is a block where then now I can talk and introduce myself. And that's what you're going to need to do. Here you're going to go to And you are going to go ahead and say, sorry about this, I don't have my directions in front of me. In this block number 2, you're going to write several sentences introducing yourself with your name and your school. Add a picture of yourself. So here it's going to be number 2, all about me is the title. Notice I've put number 2. Again, if you still need to give yourself those, make sure you hit the word more. Now, this is where I am going to give my background information. And I'm going to want to add an image of myself or perhaps my cat or my dog. And in order to do that, remember Pam did suggest that you would want to make sure that you are utilizing images from the net that you can use and you're free to use. But if you have an image on your computer that you want to use, oops, that's not it. You can go ahead and find that image of the mountain with the moon on it. And this will allow you to access files on either your computer or on the net. So if I want to go ahead and get one from my computer, I'm going to say from my computer, and I'm going to say choose the file. And in that, I'm going to go ahead and select a file of an image, and I'm going to go ahead and select the picture of this, of a bag. And my job is to help prepare students to take home their computer, so I am sharing with you a picture of the bag my students use as they take home. So now when you bring an image in, you're going to want to size that image, and that image needs to be anywhere between 200 or 400. So I'm going to go ahead and make it a size 300. That's about the size you're going to want an image to be. The other thing that's important to know about images when you're adding them into any part of either your wiki or you're working on this in Google is you're going to want to always say where you got your image from. So in this caption area, you need to type image source, and you need to say right here where you got that image. This is from my personal collection. That is who owns it. That is my personal collection. So I'm going to source myself. Now, if this happened to be an image of the dog, as Pam mentioned before, you're going to want to make sure that you grab the URL of the page that that image came from. So that's step number 1. Make sure that you cite the source of your image, but now we want to make sure that we do a little bit more to our images, and that is called alt text or alternative text. And the point of alternative text is for screen readers to be able to read an image for those who are visually impaired. So in this box, in the box for image settings, you're going to see a little arrow here with the word advanced. When you click into that, you're going to get information on your image. And here you see that it comes with the alt text bag.jpg. If this were being read by a screen reader and your student was visually impaired, that's all the information they would get about the image. So what we want to do is consider giving our images a descriptive text. And this is going to be a requirement of your portfolio. So if you have any questions about alt text, make sure that you ask them, because this is one of the key reasons that we kick back assignments is images not being having alt text. So you're going to want to go ahead and delete the name or the file name and give it a descriptive text. This is the bag San Diego Unified School District students use for one-to-one take home. Now, once I have given that, I can now know that if a screen reader goes past that, my student will actually be able to, the student with the visual issues will know what the image is even if they can't see it. Now, again, we'll go back through this one more time. You're going to want to make a decent setting size for your image. You're going to want to cite the source in the caption box and scroll down, open up that advanced box and give your images alt text. Once you've done that, and you can see, you're going to also go ahead and type in that information and hit save. Now, once that block is in my wiki, I now can see my block. Once I've added my block, I have a gear here where I can go in and do more editing. If I want to add more, if I have found that I have some revisions that need to be made, hit save. All right, so that's content block number 2. Any questions so far? Please be posting them onto the Today's Meet. All right, so number 2 is all about me. Now, when we go back to our directions, and we are following our directions, we're going to see that this next content block, pardon me, the next content block that we're going to want to pull up will be content block number 3, and it's going to be images. Now, the difference between the images we're about to add and the image that we added to our on-page text is this is going to be a slideshow. So you're going to be sharing some images, a collection of images for the slideshow. So when we come back over here to our haiku page, whoops, pardon me, back here, I'm going to come back up here, add a content block. And now this time, instead of on-page text, I'm going to select images. And with images, I get a few different options on how I want to have my slideshow appear. I'm going to leave the default. And up here, I'm going to type 3. And it's going to be images of summer camp. Once I've named it and I've given it my number, I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Now it wants you to go ahead and choose files of the images that you want. We're going to select the images. Now again, you might have a whole folder of images that you want to share. If I want to come in here and I have a folder of summer, I want to go ahead and click open, and here I can go ahead and upload these different images. And I can go ahead and upload those images, all of them at the same time. So you don't have to keep going back and forth. You might want to put all of your images into a folder so that you can easily select them and upload them. Once you have all the images that you would like to share with everyone, you're going to click upload. And what you will see now is a description box, and if you scroll down, you're going to see those images that you added. Here in the description box, give a short description about the images. My family visited Hawaii this summer for a camping trip. Okay, going to give that description, and here we need to go ahead and give the alt text. So what you're going to want to make sure that you do, instead of being given that window for the alternative text, what they're providing you is an area for captions. So you're going to click next to each one of those pictures, and you're going to give it a title. You're going to give it a title of, last day before vacation. The next one is view of the beach from the hotel. And here is our hike to the 7 pools. You're going to give each one of those a short description, and then you're going to click Finish. And what you'll notice now is I have my images here, but I want to show you what alt text actually does. If I hover over my images, you're going to see that my alt text appears. Our hike to the 7 pools, the view from the beach of the beach. Here is the last day before vacation. Again, on the image that we added for the All About Me, if I hover over it, here is that descriptive text I've given. This is the bag of San Diego Unified students. So when we are working with these images, we need to always remember to do alt text. And again, when I have started to build my wiki, and each one of these content blocks is an individual piece, I can move it around and I can snap it into different areas on the page once I see those crosshairs, and each one of them works individually. Okay, so moving on. We're going to, and I am sorry to have moved this so quickly, but I know many of you are going to be leaving us at this time, and this will be recorded, so we'll give you a chance to watch it, and you can pause this for any information that you need to review. But I'm going to go ahead and continue with our next content block. And our next content block, according to our directions, is web links. So we're going to go onto our haiku page, add a content block here, and now we're going to go to web links. So your direction for web links would be to share any links that you, maybe your school, a link to your school website, maybe a link to your website or a blog that you may keep. But content block number 4 is going to be web links, and I'm going to introduce you to my middle school. So Horace, here is Mann Middle School, and I taught 6th grade there at Mann. So what I want to do, notice I have my description box here. You're going to want to describe what the link is about. I taught 6th grade. And now we want to make sure that we provide the link. So again, coming up to another tab up here, you're going to open up a tab. I'm going to find Mann Middle School in San Diego. There we go. And when I get to Mann Middle School's webpage, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the URL. I'm going to highlight that URL and I'm going to copy. When I come back to the haiku page, you're going to see 2 different fields. One is links, the other is label. Here is where you're going to want to go ahead and paste the link for the website you want to share. And the label is again that meaningful text. Considering those e-readers, those screen readers, you don't want to have a URL sitting there. You would like to have a meaningful statement that leads the person to that website. So Horace Mann Middle School in San Diego Unified School District. Now, if I wanted to add a couple more links, maybe my teacher webpage, perhaps my blog, I can add additionals. Once I have done all that, go ahead and hit save. And now notice the difference between my blocks. Here I have the on text or the text on page. Here I have my images, and next I have my links. And when I click onto this link, it will lead me to Horace Mann Middle School. All right. Nobody is posting to today's meet, so I'm going to keep on going. And anyone who needs me to stop and go back, please let me know, but I'm going to go ahead and keep on going. And as you can see, the way that Haiku works for these blocks is I'm just going to keep adding them based on what it's asking me to do. So content block 5 is files. You can upload PDFs or documents that you like to share with others. So when I go back onto our Haiku page, I'm going to add that content block. And now this time, I am looking for files. This is content block number 5, and I am going to share this Long Beach alignment plan. And here we want to go ahead and do exactly as we've done before. Go out and find the file that you'd like to share. And when you have that file that you're ready to share, you can go ahead and upload it. And now again, here is my description box. Here is an alignment, a technology alignment from Long Beach Unified School District. I can add more files. I can come in here if I want to change that and make it alignment plan. If you didn't name it correctly before, and then you click finish. And now you'll see your content block with your description, and now everyone can click a link to the file that you are wanting to add. Moving on again, we now are going to 6. This is where you get to add something about yourself, and you can spice it up using any of those tools that you are interested in using. So again, going back to Haiku, now you can take a look, and which one would you like to use? Would you like to add a YouTube video? Would you like to add a song that's about you? How about a video that you have created maybe you would like to share? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share a YouTube video. So when I click into YouTube, what it is asking me for is a URL for the video. Now, what you're going to want to see, you can either do it in a pop-up or embedded, but it's going to ask for my YouTube video. Let's see. So I'm going to go open up another tab up here, and I'm going to go for my smartphone till death. All right. And now I'm going to go ahead and find that video. Doesn't like it because it wants me to sign in, of course. Of course. Well, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get another video then. How about Dora the Explorer? That was one that I had a lot of when I was with my girls. So let's see if Dora the Explorer will break through our filters. Yay! Okay, so now that I have, oh gosh, now that I have this video, I can go ahead and grab the URL. And that's one way to share a video. But the other way to share a video is to come down in here and click share. And here is that URL for the video. We also want to direct your attention to the embed code. And the embed code allows you to embed or to paste the video right inside of a web page. You also want to kind of look at this for show more, because here with what we've got, we want to kind of decide what our students get to see. And notice these check boxes, show suggested videos. Sometimes I don't want my students to see those. So you can come on here and you can go ahead and turn off any of those settings that you don't want your students to have. And then you're going to want to grab the URL for this video. So again, I'm going to share this video of Dora the Explorer. So I'm going to grab that embed code, and I'm going to go ahead and copy. Come back to my haiku page, and it wants the, let's see, for example, oh wait, pardon me, when we are doing create embedded video content, it only wants the basic URL. So it would only want this URL. So this is a little bit easier. So we're going to come back here. We're going to paste that in, and then next. So again, Dora the Explorer, go ahead and give your description, scroll down. Notice it's going to be embedded, and we're going to go ahead and hit save. And now my video is embedded. Now this is one about spicing it up. Oops, and notice that I did not number it. So I'm going to go back in that gear wheel, edit, and I am going to say 6, Dora the Explorer is spicy. And there we go. Now we've got number 6. And the final one that you're going to be adding to your portfolio, to this assignment, is embed the web. And again, embed the web is going ahead and taking the full URL as I showed before. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to that same video of Dora. Okay, that I'm going to be using this. So in this new content block, I add a content block. And instead of the web links or anything, I'm going to do the instead of the video or YouTube, I'm going to do embed the web. Now, obviously with YouTube, you can embed it simply, but when we're thinking about embedding other web tools, you're going to want to know that an embed code actually pastes your work straight into that web page. So again, I'm coming back to that Dora Explorer this time, but instead of grabbing that share link, I'm grabbing the embed code. Going back again, embed code, you're going to want to make sure that you create the settings first before grabbing that embed code, and then going and copying the embed code. In your haiku page, here you're going to paste that code here, and you're going to hit next. Again, 7, embed the web. This is called the embed code that we used. As I scroll down, I want to say save. And now, again, I've embedded the video. The difference here is the embed code was used, and here the simple share code was used. Now, the thing that you should be noticing is I have my page is completely out of order, so I'm going to want to move things around and put them into numerical order. I've got 2 columns here, so I can utilize my columns in any way I want. I can also come over here to manage page and do page layout, and maybe I want an even 2, or maybe I want 1 column page. So what I'd like to do, I'm going to go ahead and do a 1 column page. You're going to notice how my page changes format. And now I'm going to go find that number 1 or that number 2. Look for those crosshairs, and now I can drag it up to the top of my page. Of course, it's going to be slow right now, but you can drag it up And when you drop it, it will land in its new place. So again, clicking and dragging into its new spot. And I can also click and drag this one down. You're going to want to, before you turn in this assignment to your instructors, you're going to definitely want to make sure that you have put this in numerical order or it will be kicked back. So again, making sure that after you have completed your wiki, that you have put this in numerical order. I know that was a lot to go through, and I am so apologetic that this is taking so very long and we had that interruption, but let's hope that we can get you guys exactly what you need so that you can feel confident starting this week. All right, now to put another little wrench into this, this is one of those assignments that will be due by Sunday, by this Sunday. And the reason for that is your assignment for 1.3 is an All About Me poem based on a wiki of a student in your cohort. It's to get to know one another. What you're going to do is you are going to choose a person from your class to write about, and you're going to go and claim them by putting your name in their comments feature. So to show you how to do that, I'm going to go back up to viewing the projects that people have created for the Wiki project. I'm going to come down here, and again, anyone that you see that has a green button next to it means that they have started it. So I'm going to go ahead and, pardon me to Jessie, but I'm going to go ahead and open up Jessie's wiki. And I've decided that I'm going to read through Jessie's, and I like Jessie's, and so I'm going to do my poem about Jessie. So I want to tell Jessie that I'm going to do that, and I also want to tell everyone in our cohort that I have claimed Jessie as my poem subject. And to do that, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to hit Page Comments. When I click onto that, I can click into Add a Comment. And here I'm going to just give Jessie a message and tell Jessie that I'm going to go ahead and do my poem on her. So I'm going to type her a note, and then I'm going to post that comment to her. That will tell her, as well as the other students in the cohort, that she has been claimed. And if everyone is doing a poem on one another, we should be fine. Everything should end up balanced. So again, your All About Me is one of the only assignments due on a Sunday. Normally assignments are due on a Friday, or excuse me, on a Wednesday, but you do need to give your cohort members time to write their poem on you. All right, I'm going to go back to Pages now, and we're almost done. Okay, again, we have a different module each week. This week, you have your introduction module. If you click on that arrow to open up and expand the introduction module, you're going to see a few different resources here. One, you're going to see some examples of other cohort members' All About Me's from previous cohorts. Another place I'd like to show you is your resources. Each week, there will be a separate page for all of the resources that you will need to support you in that week's lesson. Now, one of them might be you want to go further. Here's some high flyer ideas. Maybe you want to try some tricks that you've never tried before. Here's some ways you can do some tricks with your All About Me. Here, you'll see how to cite online sources. So we've talked about how you want to cite things. Here is a Diigo to the Collaborate Classroom. Here's our Collaborate Classroom resources. Scrolling down here is an example. You will always be provided with some examples to look at other people's works to give you an idea of how to do your own. So here are some examples. And then again, if for some reason some of your content isn't loading because of Firefox or Chrome, go ahead and see if you need to change some of your settings. Here is that screenwriter friendly link descriptions. We talked about the hyperlink that is friendly for screen readers. And here is guidelines for hyperlinking text. Here is a quick video, a tutorial on how to do meaningful text, hyperlinking meaningful text. Again, here is a video about uploading images to your wiki site and how to cite them and how to and here we go again, an alt text. So if you are looking for any information and you are struggling beyond posting to that question and answer or eliciting help from your instructors, there will always be this tab with resources for each one of your to support the assignments of the week. So don't forget to take a look in the student resources for the week to help support you in completing those assignments. All right, we're almost done. Let's just take a quick look at what's to come for you and what we will be doing over the next 8 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully my computer will catch up. All right. So for after this week, again, next Wednesday, all of your assignments will be finished for Module 1, and we will be moving on. So again, Module 1 is the introducing yourself. Don't forget that you need to write a biographic poem about someone in your cohort. Module 2, this is where we're going to learn about the history and concepts of blended online instruction. You're going to be working on creating a Venn diagram using a drawing web tool. We would suggest using Google Draw. Again, as we mentioned before, doing your work in Google will make it very easy to build a Google site for your portfolio. So we do suggest that use Google, but if you have another mind mapping tool that you use that you like and you would like to use that one, there is no requirements as to which tool to use, but you are creating a Venn diagram, and then you are going to do a reflection on your mythologies. Again, all of this work should be done in your Google Drive before you post it to Haiku. In Module 3, we're going to be looking at the pedagogy that goes behind online blended instruction. You're going to be working in a collaborative group. And I'll show you in a moment where you can find those group members. But you're going to be doing an asynchronous presentation, building an asynchronous online presentation with 4 other members of this cohort. You will all need to communicate with each other through emails. We will have some discussion areas for you, and you can also discuss and communicate within the presentation itself. Now with this one, again, you're going to be each in your group selecting a web tool, a Web 2.0 tool to share with others. You do need to speak to each other so that you are not giving a presentation on the same tool. So we will get more into that in week 3, but just know this is a collaborative grouping, and I'll show you exactly where your group members the information for your group members can be found. All right, Module 4 is about building community, and your discussion will be centered around community. You're going to be designing an online discussion. So as I mentioned, those collaborized classroom resources again will come in handy. And then you will be reflecting on your own social and professional networks. And so one of those things is to be giving screenshots of those social networks. So many of you might be on Twitter. You might also be going to Pinterest or Facebook for professional learning. So you're going to be sharing your professional learning networks that are online. So if you have not signed up for one, this is a good time to look into signing up for one. All right, online accessibility is Module 5, and this is where we really talk about ADA compliance and really becoming cognizant of our students with different learning needs. In this module, you will be creating a screencast, and that screencast will be having will need transcripts. And notice in Module 5, you do not have a reflection. In Module 5, your reflection for your portfolio will actually come from your discussion post. The reason for this is module 5 is a impacted week. It has a lot of work when you're doing screencasting because you're also going to be creating a transcript and posting this video to YouTube. So you won't be having a reflection that week, but we also will have a face-to-face. It's an optional face-to-face meeting. You check the calendar for those specific dates and times, but you can come into the county office or you can join us in a virtual meeting such as this to learn how to, if you need any support with Module 5's accessibility assignment. Next will be Module 6, Assessment and Evaluation. Here you have your discussion again. You're going to be designing an assessment plan, and then you're going to be giving your thoughts about and concerns about accountability of students' work online. So we'll be talking about formative and summative assessments during this module. In Module 7, we're going into policies and preparation. This is where you're going to be talking about the skills of an online blended teacher. You're going to be looking at your course syllabus and preparing it to be ADA compliant, as well as looking at developing your own personal learning plan for supporting others with their blended online instruction. And finally, in Module 8 will be our summation and our closure. Here you're going to be working on your reflection, or a large reflection about what you have learned about yourself and based on the INACOL standards of quality online teaching. And once each one of these assignments has reached its full 3-point potential, you'll be able to go ahead and put that into your portfolio. So that has been a lot of information in just a couple of hours. We realize and hope that you are able to revisit this assignment or this video presentation over and over again so that you can get the support you need in designing your weekly projects. Finally, don't forget that to get a hold of Pam and myself, please communicate to us via the inbox here in Haiku. And with that, I am looking to today's meet for any questions or any support that might be needed now. And if there are no other questions, we look forward to getting to know you all in the online discussion this week. Remember that your original post is due by midnight Friday, and that All About Me Wiki is due Sunday. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been nice. Thank you very much for putting up with the technology issues we have been experiencing today. We appreciate your commitment to sitting through and working out this with us, and we look forward to the next 8 weeks with you. So have a great day, and please feel free to message us with any questions you have. All right, ladies and gentlemen, no questions are coming in on today's meet. We will have all of these links and things posted for you later on today. Have a good day. Bye-bye.